Welcome to the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, welcome to the show. This is the place where you come to find out everything local about fishing. We're going to go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover the future marine forecast, the moon phase, and the tide charts. Everything that you need to know, like I said, to keep you in the bite locally. All right, folks, before we get into this, though, if you want to learn more about fishing, grow as an angler, just see some great, exciting offshore fishing adventures, you can start by hitting the subscribe button and joining the South Florida Saltwater Fishing family. All right, let's get right into this, folks. There is no news, or bad news, as I should say, from the FWC and NOAA. Nobody's shutting anything down state-wise or federally, which is a good week. All right, so let's get right into this. We've got a bunch to go over. We got a little bit of a freshwater bite, and I have been seeing, for those of you that are into freshwater, we've got a strong peacock bass bite going on right now, along with the knife clownfish. I'm seeing a ton of these being caught. So if you can't get offshore and you have a chance to go do some freshwater fishing, if you want to, there's a very strong bite. I've seen tons of people catching this stuff. This is Tom, and he sent us in nice little peacock. And like I said, the knife clownfish, the peacocks and the knife clownfish are the two freshwater fish, other than snakeheads, that kind of put up a fight. They'll pull drag on Lake Erie. All right. Thanks, Tom, for the submission. All right, so let's look at our inshore bite. I know I got a snook around here somewhere. So the snook are biting. Here we go. This is from John. Nice little beach snook. Perfect. Wish I knew what he's hitting. People are having trouble finding shrimp at the bait stores, but I'm going to change your mind about that when I show you something from the West Coast. So the snook's biting, right? There's also up north. Not sure exactly where it's from. Let's see if he gives us a little info. Got a nice black drum. Bit of this Gary Freeman. Nice black drum. That's a big old fatty right there. Old nasty. So those are, those are protected species fish. They got like a size limit. I'm not even sure what it is, but still nice, solid black drum right there for Gary. And that's got to be up north, Sebastian area or what have you. Anyway, let's see where we're at. Hey, howdy from Wickenburg, Arizona. Thanks for showing up. Okay, let's continue. We got a lot's happening on the reef, right? The reef's fired up. We got several videos going on. Now, I know, let me see if I can find some more inshore stuff before we head off. No, I want to show you. This is from Michael. Look at all the shrimp. So he's from the West Coast, I believe, and he went out shrimping and loaded up. I mean, those things were some monsters right there. So for the folks that are having trouble finding shrimp in the bait stores, I'm not sure. Look at this. Nice. Took kiddos out shrimping. Got a ton of cleaning to do. All right. So so shrimp are around, and that looks like a daytime haul. I'm not even sure. Okay. So that's enough for your intro, right? The tarpon, the snook, the jacks are feeding really good. We've got the pilchard run, still there's pilchards everywhere, right? If you can't find those for some live bait and you need live bait, ballyhoo are definitely showing up on the reefs. Set out some chum, get you one of the ballyhoops if you got them, and remember, you can sabiki rig them up, or just a little gold hook, something you don't want to kill them. All right, let's talk about the reef, right? So we'll talk about our snappers and our grouper bite real quick. This is let's see. We got Lafayette. He sent us a video. Let me see if we can look at it here. So this is, he headed out at night and to the reef to do some fishing. And he's got, he's loaded up on yellowtails right there. Yellowtails, there's a mangrove in there. So this is, typical of what we're seeing this year at this time right now. As a matter of fact, he says he never really gets to go out on his boat at night. So that was his chance. He's done it for joyrides, but he went out and he hit the fish, hit him hard, which is good. We got Nick. Nick sent us in. This is what you can expect over the reef, right? So we've got, keep mutton snappers still showing up. Some big, some small. You know, if you run into those large ones, they might be a little bit deeper out on some deeper structure. We've got grunts. We've got a couple of yellowtail, a couple of little strawberry groupers, and a sand tilefish. This is a good eat. This is great dinner right here. This is everything that you can expect. Average day of, you know, reef fishing. So if your current is playing funny things, you'll get less yellowtails. But hey, he managed the mutton and all that, and he's using his Cuda Blades knife. Going to do some cleaning on him. So very nice little buffet of fish right there for Nick. Let's see what else we got happening on the reef. So as you can see, the snappers are still hitting it, right? They're still fired up and coming around. Let's see what else we got here. This is from James. Oh, that's out deep. I can't share that one just yet. Maybe it's not out deep. It's a little flounder. I'll bring that back up because that's a rarity on the show. I like rarities, right? Little flounders. And look, yeah, he's got a spinning rod out there. So he caught a flounder. That's got to be up north if they're in close. Like I said, the Sebastian Inlet area, I know there's flounder out there. Still, great catch. I mean, they are down south too, but they're rare. You know, that size. I've caught them out deep dropping, and they're the size of your palm. Interesting. Anyway, great catch, man. Dinner and a show. Speaking of flounder, we'll look at the halibut. This is from Captain Alex. He is up in Alaska still, and they're slaying the halibut up there. I know it's not South Florida, but still, nice pick. Got to entertain it. You make the submission. Let's keep on with our reef. Let's see what else we got on the reef, right? There we go. Here we go. This is Eduardo. Nice hit. Another hit of the mangrove spawn. Good night. Nice little jump. Couple little jumbos right there. And, you know, plenty of keepers. Looks like he's using ballyhoo as the bait of choice. Perfect, man. Great little, you know, hitting that, hitting the end of the mangrove spawn. What would be biting off Daytona in late January? Sailfish. That January is going to be tough weather. Sailfish bite will be going off. And, you know, probably kingfish. And, but really that's like sailfish time. Late January when the northeast winds are prevailing, to answer your question. Okay, let's see what else is on the reef. Here we go. Mitch. 72 feet out of St. Lucie Inlet. Look at the nice mutton right there. Okay, there we go. So like I said, you know, the snappers are all biting, all your typical species. We've got mangroves, we've got yellowtails, and we've got muttons. You know, it's going to get a little bit trickier to start finding these as the water gets hotter, guys. So, you know, just bear that in mind. The fishing is going to get rough coming here, you know, but it will, you know, start as fall starts to move in and the weather starts to change. We will, you know, we will have better fishing, but it's going to get a little tough here. So anyway, all right, let's look at this. Here we go. Richard, the poster child this week, out there slaying the bonita again. Perfect, man. He's having the time of his life. Brought the daughter out. Man, they're doing it, man. He is. Richard is single-handedly helping us empty the reef of the bonita. If you can fish right now without getting bonita, man, you are something special. All right, so very nice catch right there. Great picture. Thank you, Richard, as always. So now let's look on our reef here. We got another one from up in St. Lucie. This is Mike. Caught this on a live greenie. I believe that's a sardine in layman's terms. Nice, solid tuna, blackfin. You know, these guys are rare now, and you got to work for them. I believe he said he had to work for it too. Yeah, you know, not much of a hot bite, but hey, man, when you run into those things, that's awesome, man. Good job, Mike, up in St. Lucie. Let's see what else we've got on our reef. I know I saw a wahoo in here somewhere. So wahoo are reef creatures. I mean, we'll see where they got it. Yep, here we go. Doug. 1 for 2 on wahoos, along with some mahi and a couple blackfins. Slow bite. Hey, that sounds like a great bite to me. Anyway, nice wahoo right there. Perfect. great day. So, he was obviously trolling around on the deep reef and ended up with, little tiger. Great job. Love that. It's a nice picture too. He's almost all lit up still. All right. And here we go. More on the pelagic side. We've got a blackfin bite going on right here. That's a big one too. Big old blackfin. And there's a reef donkey in there. Look at him. Look at AJ. Man, that's a solid limit of blackfins, it looks like, and a nice, big old fat donkey. Perfect. Thanks for the submission. That's beast mode right there. All them, you're gonna be eating tuna for days. That is from Tom. He caught this Saturday. All right. Let's see what else we got in the way of pelagics. Right? Oh, here we go. We got Todd. Went out to the Islamorada humps, got him a nice little yellowfin. Close to the Islamorada humps. In additional, they got 8 mahi, with the largest being 26 inches. Some nice black fins, and of course, he caught some kudas. So again, folks, right, the talk of the town for right now, if you're fishing that deep reef or even heading offshore, you're going to get the kudas. They're going to be everywhere. Kudas are going to interrupt some of your mahi fishing. They're also going to be all over the reef, and they're going to start getting bigger as the weather gets hotter, and they're really going to disrupt things. So kudas and bonitas. So, if you're heading out, be prepared to catch some. But still, nice yellowfin, man. I've seen several of these caught in the local area, and this is typically, you got to go to the Bahamas to get them. So, this is great that they're showing up, closer to the Florida coastline. Great stuff. All right. Keep on. See what else we got here. Nice there. Wahoo. Here we go. Jason Reese, Guggen's a pro offshore angler. Blackfin and mahi. Yesterday, yesterday, this is the day before. So this would be Sunday. Between 200 and 280 out Hillsborough north to Boca. Pink tuna tacos and Williamson sailfish catcher. Scattered weed sucks right now. So obviously that's a little bit of info, right? So if you're out there trolling, be prepared to deal with the weeds, the little itty bitty weed lines. One thing I've found a good way to kind of avoid getting hooked up in the weeds, if you elevate your speed, and especially if you're fishing for mahi and tuna, if you're doing 9 knots at least, it helps keep the weeds off your line. Your bait kind of just skirts right through them. They're up on top. Jason, nice tuna catch. Very good day. Sounds like you had a great day. Check out his YouTube channel if you get a chance. All right, let's see what else we got in the way of. This is Friday night blackfin tuna catch. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Lots of them. And it looks like they got reef donkey right there too. And he's showing off his truck. Let's go back to the tuna. Very nice, man. Nice limit, man. They got 10 tuna and a reef donkey. Perfect. All right. Good deal with that one. That was like his whole reel from his entire weekend. Okay. And that was, who was that? I'm sorry, bear with me 2 seconds. That was Tom. Oh, we showed it earlier too. The same thing. So he had a great weekend. All righty. What else do we got? That looks like that's about it for our fish. Let me see if we got anything on the main page. I believe we do. Here we go. This is Joel. Look at this. 46-inch kingfish. Said he worked around for it. Had the little one right here you see on the ice chest. But man, that's a smoker kingfish right there. That's a big boy. So man, let me see if he tells us where he got it, because he made a couple of posts about it. Nope. I could have sworn he put something else in there. Yes, he did. 46-inch kingfish today. Lots of scattered weeds. Like you said, a ton of barracudas and an undersized mahi, dolphin. All right, and a few bonitas. Okay, doesn't out of Port Everglades. So, hey, he got lucky. He ran into a giant king. Gonna throw that bad boy on the grill and enjoy some dinner. Perfect, good to go. Let's look here. So again, Lafayette Malone putting together a nice little reel right here. Nice snapper. Look at the kudos. So you
another hook in here.
This is what kudos are not going anywhere. Some mangroves down there. So yeah, that's what's happening. Our reef is look at that. There's the mutton snapper right there. Nice. All right, so let's go over this again before we get into our weather report, right, folks? Okay. So over the reef, inshore, right? We're talking snook, tarpon, a little tarpon. There, you can also find them hidden back in your canals and stuff too. That's happening right now. Also, jacks, the jack crevalles that are around, they're eating on the pilchard. So if you can get the live bait and you're going for those fish, smart idea. Over your reef, the snappers, the three main types, your yellowtails, your mangroves, and your mutton snapper, the most sought after kite, the most sought after types. Also, I've seen plenty of schoolmasters and plenty of lane snappers caught too, but more often than not, people are targeting the top three. Then as we head off a little bit into the reef and we're looking for those pelagics, we've got the blackfin, the mahi. Like I said, it's getting tough to find keeper mahi. If you do, hey, awesome. We've got blackfin, the periodic sporadic yellowfin shows up. Wahoo are still biting, which is a good sign. And, of course, the bonitas and the barracudas, you're going to find it very hard to get away from. You're just going to have to fish through them and, and mosey on, put your head down and bear to it and work through it if you can. So that's what we got going on in the way of fishing, folks, right? The water's getting hot, so finding these fish is going to get a little bit tougher. All right, let's talk about our weather. So yesterday we had a weak tropical wave that had stalled out, was supposed to come through late Sunday. It waited till yesterday to come through. Was pretty much more of a non-event. There's one out there in the ocean, but for right now, the tropics are calm, which is good. They are predicting our hurricane season to fire up. However, in the next several weeks, they're saying it's going to happen. It's kind of slow right now, which is good for South Florida and the Gulf. So we just nobody ever likes a hurricane, but it does good things for fishing after the storm passes. Okay, so that's that. Right now, what we've got going on right now is there's a ton of tropical moisture in the air, right, which helps develop these afternoon storms. Once you get that onshore breeze in the afternoon, it doesn't take much to trigger a downpour, which can lead to, inland flooding and stuff if you don't have good drainage. So that's what's going on today. Now, starting tomorrow all the way through Friday, we're going to have dry air push through, which is going to greatly decrease the chance for showers, in the morning time during the day. And in the afternoon, of course, it could ramp up, and you could see some showers or thunderstorms. And after Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the chance of rain increases a little bit, but not much. We're actually looking at, stronger winds through out the rest of the week. And then Friday, they start subsiding, and Saturday and Sunday is actually looking like the easier days for the wind factor. Now, we have these winds going on that are blowing 10 to 15 miles an hour, but they're not producing giant seas, right? We've got like 2-foot seas, but it's very choppy out there from what I'm seeing. So let's start taking a look at our weather, and we will head over to Windy, and we'll go with it from there. All right. So right now, like I said, it's blowing. If we go down here to our little color coding screen, you can see lots of green going on, which is in the teens. Closer inland, you got a little bit of this aqua, which is, 5 to 10 knots. And then out here, further out and a little bit up north, you got that green, which is in your teens. On the West Coast, it's a little bit more laid down. Down in the Keys, all the way through the lower Keys, it's blowing from the southeast, right? 10 to 15 miles an hour. That is our current state right now. So Tomorrow morning, we're looking at the same thing. So you're going to see this throughout the rest of the week, this wind blowing and ripping, but the seas aren't too bad. But like I said, this strong wind from the southeast produces a ton of chop. So just be prepared for a wet ride, basically. All right, so, Wednesday, all around all coasts, you're getting 10 to 15 miles an hour. Down in the Keys, it'll probably even be a little bit stronger because they are stuck out there in the middle of the ocean. Wednesday afternoon, looks like it calms down a little bit on the west coast, but the east coast is still taking a rip and pounding. And that's going to blow those, that warm air over to the inland in the afternoon. And, there's possibility of rain, but like I said, we've got dry air that's going to move in starting tomorrow, and it'll be here throughout the remainder of the week. Thursday morning, again, still, low double digits all around the state. If you head up further offshore, up in the Gulf, it looks a little bit laid down, so we'll see what's going to happen there. All right. Thursday afternoon, still the same thing, it lays down. Looks like this calmer air is moving down into Tampa and the Fort Myers area as the day progresses. Thursday. Friday, starting to be a little bit subdued in the morning, all the way up the coast. We're looking at, low digits, not even up to 10 knots. The further south we go, the wind picks up a little bit. The further north you go on the west coast, it's not too bad. So, and remember, this wind blowing easterly is going to, lay down on the west coast too. East wind produces chop here. But, up into St. Lucie and stuff, it doesn't seem too bad. Pardon me. Friday afternoon, not too bad, not even 10 knots, I would say. Still, it'll be a little bumpy out there because of the wind direction heading from the southeast. You see up north, you got a little bit of calmness out in the ocean, and the Gulf seems to have dead spots in it. So we'll see. But overall, this maintains its thing. But like I said, as the week progresses, the weather kind of lays down. So let's see what happens Saturday morning. Like I said, we're in low single digits in the morning throughout the Tri-County area, up into Port St. Lucie and everything. It actually looks great offshore. Out on the west coast, Tampa Bay and everything, you're looking like you're sitting pretty, especially to get out there and hit those flats and do some red fishing and all that goodness. Everglades National Park. And the Keys, it's still coming up hard at you a little bit. Not as bad as it was throughout the week, but it might be a little sporty out there down in the lower Keys. Saturday afternoon, the onshore breeze kicks in as we are used to, and it's back up into the low double digits. Sunday morning, we're looking like we're getting a west wind. So this actually changed from earlier this morning. So we'll get a west wind, which means the possibility of it warming up is greatly enhanced, right? And then on the west coast, we're looking like, it's still pretty nice out there, almost dead calm, but it's going to be hot. And down in the lower Keys, you're still getting a southeast wind, but it's kind of subdued. So Sunday is looking like a nice day, and it'll pick up in the afternoon a little bit, and we're still getting, southern. It'll turn a little bit more southerly for the Tri-County area, right here, Biscayne Bay and everything, and start heading out west. Up north a little bit, and it's acting weird where you're going to have north winds colliding with south winds right around Vero Beach. And the west coast is, still hanging out with very low winds all the way down through, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and out here by the Everglades. It's, you can get out there and do it. Chokoloskee area. Get out there and go do that, the snook and the tarpon and the redfish. Have some fun. Lower Keys, all the way up through Key Largo. It's not too bad Sunday afternoon. And the Monday, it looks like we're going to have a nice calm spot, but how long that will stick around for, not sure, but we've got a west wind. So again, Sunday into Monday, you're probably looking at higher temperatures. Monday afternoon, still west wind, starts out northerly on the other side of the state, which is the west coast, and then it blows west as we head further down the state. So again, elevated temperatures, more subdued seas. When you've got that west wind, it creates us a swell on the east coast, that is. Tuesday, winds shift back from the northeast, and it's coming southerly down here, and somewhere around just north of Palm Beach, we're going to have the wind collide in the morning and kind of have like a little spinning action going on, but nothing to worry about. It's coming from the south right here and heading towards the west, and more up toward north of Palm Beach, it's heading from the northeast, and around in here, it's kind of going to have that, clothes washer effect. And on the west coast, it's coming from the west and starts to pull down to the south. So the west coast is going to have, some fair weather that day. Tuesday afternoon, again, same thing. Still, we've got the wind heading from the south, and then it kind of wants to curve and head easterly the more north we go. All right, so that's our wind. Let's take a look at our waves. Let's go to tomorrow. Waves tomorrow. We're looking at 2 to 3. Choppy though. Remember, we've got strong winds. So, the west coast is looking pretty nice, 2 foot or less. East coast, it's inland, inshore, it'll be, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot, but it's choppy, right? We've got strong winds blowing. Down in the Keys, you're looking at, 3 to 5. Around the Patrick's area, though, it'll probably be, a solid 2 foot, but very bumpy. So getting out to the Patrick's might be, an ordeal. Palm Beach area, just north of it, in between St. Lucie and Palm Beach. That's it, the afternoon. But still, we're looking at, 2 foot, 3 foot choppiness. The west coast is a little bit more laid down because they are on the leeward side of this wind right now. Thursday, same thing, 2 to 3 all morning, all day, up and down the coast. Down in the Keys, a little bit more bumpy. Way up north, Vero, as you head out into your fishing grounds, you're looking at, 3 to 5. Let's see if we can look for you long range guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy trip heading out there. Middle grounds is a little bit easier. Holy Ridge and all that stuff, Dry Tortugas area is it's a 3 to 5 thing, so it's not really conducive to making that long 100-mile trip right now. Thursday afternoon, it's more of the same. Friday, here we go. We start to lay down Friday. Now we're looking at 2 foot or less. Friday morning, west coast again. So with the wind shifting and starting to lighten up, it's becoming more favorable conditions to get out and get out on the water and have some fun. Friday might actually be a day if you want to run over to the Bahamas and do that. Looks fairly safe all day. So, Friday might be a crossing day if you are into that, folks. And your west coast, of course, is nice and subdued. We're looking at less than a foot all up and down the west coast. Everglades National Park over here. The southern side of the Keys, 2 foot or less on Friday afternoon. Not bad. Saturday morning, again, we're looking at, 1 foot seas right now. Maybe not even 2 foot. And again, we're going to have the wind starting to shift. Like we said, the wind, what was our wind doing? It's coming from the southeast, but it's really toned down Saturday morning. So that's the case for, nice calm seas. So Saturday is a great day. Friday is looking good. Saturday all day. Look at this over on the west coast, man. It's like a lake out there. And on the east coast too. Saturday is looking like another good day if you want to run. But we're going to have to take a look and, like I said, that dry air is going to kind of fade away into Saturday and Sunday. So it'll amp up the chances for rain. So just be aware of that. Sunday morning, nice. We're looking at, 1 to 2, not much. And remember, we have that westerly wind starting Sunday morning. So it will really lay the seas down Sunday afternoon. Again, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, looking very nice out there for our waves and, all that goodness. Monday, again, nice stuff. Picking up a little bit, especially as we head up north, right? But still down in the Tri-County area, all the way up to Port St. Lucie. You're 2 foot or less, not bad. All right. And you can see the weather, the push of this, active area of water heading south as we head further into Monday. Let's see what happens with it Tuesday. Yep, it's coming. Your seas are starting to raise, but not too much, not too bad. We're looking at 2 to 3. West Coast is still very laid down. This is our color coding down here. So the lighter color you get, that means the less waves you have. The darker the color heading into these blues and stuff, that means the bigger seas you are getting. Tuesday afternoon, here comes that push of that water and those waves coming down the coast. So that's what we're looking at wave-wise. All right, let's head into our rain. All right, like I said, right now we've got a lot of moisture in the air. Some showers over on the Gulf Coast and out by the Bahamas. This is Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, inland showers again. So, that's the possibility of it. That's what's going to happen all the time. Thank you very much, Ben Johnson. I appreciate it. So, yeah, afternoon showers, right? This is the time of year. But again, like I said, we've got dry air. So the chance of this even being this is just the moisture in the air that they're showing you. So tomorrow, Thursday, again, dry air, we'll have some storms over the Bahamas and in the Gulf, but as you can see, and then afternoon, the inland storms have a chance to fire up. Friday, same thing, more dry air. New to boating, hey, we all got to start somewhere. I appreciate that you appreciate this, buddy. Thank you very much. Very nice comment from Ben Johnson. New to boating, hey, you're in the right place, boss. Definitely want to check out, a ton of the videos and all sorts of fishing, from bottom fishing, reef fishing, to inshore stuff, offshore trolling, and deep dropping. All sorts of goodness. Give it a chance. But I'm glad I could help out with these weekly reports. That way you actually get to see in real time who's catching what, where it's being caught, and if there's any nonsense going on. And this weather that we go over to on a weekly basis into next week. All right, Friday afternoon. Again, inland showers, right? That's just the time of year. So let's look at Saturday. So Friday, again, is one of our better days. That choppy sea should be going away starting Friday. Saturday is where it's really going to start laying down, and you can get offshore. Thank you. I am recovered. I've actually been going out, but everything's been charters right now, so I can't really, I don't want to go out when I'm trying to teach someone to fish and be making a video while they're trying to learn it, and I'm trying to show them. But yes, I am in the process of starting to do some new content, and I got a feeling I might actually be able to get out there this weekend. I've got some stuff planned. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I would love to be able to make some new videos. Trust me. Haven't done that in quite a while, especially since I got hurt, and now I've been on this kick of doing these live shows, and but I'm itching to make some new content. Definitely want to get out there and be able to hit it off and go fishing and bring home some fish. I haven't eaten fish in like 6 months. Okay, back to it. Saturday, right? Early morning showers a little bit. Like I said, we've got the chance of showers, amped up a little bit with that drier air going away. Saturday afternoon, of course, you've got your afternoon showers, the afternoon breeze. Sunday morning, over to Bahamas, not too bad. A little moisture in the air. Again, this is indicative of moisture, and these yellow areas is where chances of your storms and your thunderstorms happen. Sunday afternoon, again, same thing. So, Sunday there's a better chance of rain, like I said, but not too bad. Monday, let's look at what's happening Monday. Monday morning, it looks like a bunch of stuff going on out in the Atlantic, over to Bahamas, and way up north. Let's see, Monday afternoon, again, looks like we've got some activity that's going to happen. So Monday afternoon might be a washout. So you just have to plan accordingly if you head offshore next Monday. Tuesday, again in the morning over the Bahamas. And as the afternoon heads on, we've got a bunch of moisture out in the Atlantic and the Atlantic Basin heading towards us for next week. Yeah, so that's what's going on right there with all of it. So it looks like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are the days. They'll be nice, be able to get out there and get her done. I mean, you can, every day this week is actually good. It just depends upon how much of a choppy, sporty conditions fishermen are in. All right, let's go to our written version of the weather and see what they're really saying. Okay, here's today. We'll look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, southeast winds. Teens, like I said, mid to high teens, gusts. These are the gusts right down here, and this is your averages. So, like I said, mid to high teens, gusty winds. Lots of sun, very little chance of rain though, because like I said, we've got that dry air. They're saying wave heights are 3 to 4 foot with a 5-second period. So it's quite sporty out there right now, fairly choppy. So just bear that in mind if you head offshore tomorrow. Thursday, again, east southeast winds. Into Friday, same thing. So Thursday, average mid to high teens, with the same about in their gusts. Friday, it sort of lowers down. Again, the chance of rain, as you can see, is pretty much non-existent throughout those days because of the dry air in the atmosphere. The waves are heading from the southeast. Again, we got a very strong wind, so the waves are 3 to 4 foot on Thursday. Friday, it starts to calm down, as we saw in the other graphics. Yes, of course, Pedro. Yes, speed is the key for avoiding those weeds. All right. So Friday, 2 foot. Like I said, starting to be subdued when it comes to the wave heights. Saturday, again, southeast, turning a little bit easterly. Sunday, southerly, acting a little bit weird, a little bit of a wind shift, but this is where our winds are starting to kind of lay down. 10 miles an hour, a little less, picking up in the afternoon. On Saturday, Sunday, drops way down in the afternoon, starts to get breezy again. Saturday, 2 foot seas, 6 to 7 second period, right? So that's nice. Sunday, southeast direction in your waves, starts out at about 2 foot and lowers down, and as the day wanes on, less than 2 foot and 6 second period. So there's good period Saturday and Sunday between the waves. So it'll be a little bit more subdued. This kind of has a little bit of disparity between this information and what we saw in the color graphic on the other chart. But hey, that's stick your head out the window. I'm pretty much sure it's going to be fairly nice both of those days. Now, also here, Saturday, you're seeing pretty dry during the day, and Sunday too. Cloudy, partly cloudy, and then as the afternoon rolls in, cloudier. All right, Monday, cloudy all darn day. Into Tuesday with rain in the morning, and then turning cloudy. Again, Monday, we've got very low winds, and as the day wanes on, they pick up into the low double digits. Same thing Tuesday. It's less than 10 miles an hour, and then as the afternoon, you got that onshore breeze that kicks in. Winds always coming right now from the southeast to the southeast to easterly. Wave directions straight from the east. Monday, they're saying waves 1 to 2 foot, 7 to 8 second period, and the same thing into Tuesday. So that's what we're looking at for our waves. So yeah, it's looking fairly nice. Friday, into the weekend and into early next week. You just got to watch out for rain, especially right here Tuesday morning if you're heading out. All right, let's look at what NOAA has to say, because we love NOAA, don't we? NOAA is just really a generalization when it comes to the information about your weather, right? It's a huge, if you can see right here, it's from Jupiter Inlet to Deerfield Beach. So this is a very wide-ranging area. So you got to take it for what it's worth. Sometimes it's wrong because it's not. You can see the waves and go, man, that they're totally wrong. I tend to use it to see if there's, talking about storms and showers and the period in between the waves. They're fairly accurate with that. All right, Wednesday, east-southeast 10 to 15, seas 2 to 3, which is what the other websites were saying. Again, all these websites, if you can't find them, they're in the description of the video. It's windy, WindFinder. This is NOAA. I've also got the moon phase and the tide charts. So Thursday, 10 to 15 east-southeast, same thing, 2 to 3 feet, 5-second period. So, intracoastal waters, a moderate chop. So yes, this is, even though the waves aren't huge and giant, they're choppy. It's choppy. It's going to be bumpy out there, and it seems more sporty simply because the period in between the waves is close in. Friday and Saturday. Friday, east-southeast 5 to 10, 2 foot or less, right? Okay, so that's, that's the wave direction. East-southeast 2 foot at 4 seconds. So, that's Thursday night into Friday. So, your period is going to lengthen as we head into the weekend. Saturday, 5 to 10, 2 feet or less. They're saying 1 foot seas at 3 second period. So that can be choppy. But this is different as to what we saw on WindFinder and Windy. Sunday, southeast winds around 5 knots, less than 2 feet. So again, we've got a little bit of a disagreement between the websites, but it's all kind of saying the same thing. The weekend is Friday into the weekend into early next week is looking very doable and fun out on the water. All right, let's look at our moon phase, shall we? Where are we? Right now, we are at a waning moon, 94%. So this is Wahoo territory time. On either side of the moon, a couple days before, a couple days after. Again, waning is when you are heading away from the full moon. Waxing is when you are heading towards the full moon. So right now we are going to be heading away towards the dark side of the moon. Today, 94%. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 87%. Thursday, 78%. Friday, 68%. Saturday, 57%. Sunday, 46%. Monday, 35%. Tuesday, starting to get dark. So into next week, if you are looking for your goggle eyes and your bait, going out at night would be that time. Bait travels under the cover of darkness. That's how the goggle eye fishermen go out and do it. They don't go out and try to catch gogs under the bright moon like what we've got right now. So as the weekend wanes on, again, the moon will be dark. So our pelagics will be feeding less at night. So they will be hungrier during the day. And that is always the hope. All right. So that's our moon phase. Not much of a Wahoo moon phase if you fish by the moon for your Wahoo, but they always bite. You never know. You might get lucky. All right, let's look at our tides. Tide right now. Okay, so here's what we're looking at for our tides, right? Right now this is today, so we're about halfway through an incoming tide as the sun's coming up. And remember, your tides change every 6 hours and they run on a 12-hour cycle. 6 hours rising, 6 hours falling. Now, this is very important. The important thing about tides, and I say this week after week, and it's a key factor because your access points to the ocean are inlets. So that's that major point of water flow. So at an inlet, to have effective fishing, you need the tide going out. If you're standing on a jetty or you're fishing out front, trolling by it, drifting, anchored up, bottom fishing, and you have a tide that is coming in, you're going to be less successful, especially if you're fishing the actual inlet on the jetty and the tide's coming in, you're catching nothing. If you're fishing a jetty and you're fishing an inlet, the tide needs to be going out. What happens as the tide goes out is it pushes all the little sediment, the microorganisms, all that goodness out into the ocean. The little bait fish come in and eat it, and then the big predators come in and eat them. Now, when I say predators, I can be talking anything. Sharks, jacks, bonitas, kudas, all those fish come in close and they start feeding on those little fish. Again, and don't forget about your tarpon and your snook as the little bait fish come in. It's all inshore stuff. Now, also, to troll and have it be effective and fish that water flow outside of an inlet, you also need that tide going out. If it's coming in, go troll the reef. Go do something else. Don't hedge your bets on being right out in front of those inlets. So as the week goes on, we'll be heading more towards the slack tide as the sun comes up. So Wednesday, we're about a third of the way through the rising tide. Thursday, again, these days are going to be fairly choppy out there too, so it's not, fairly, nothing right now is looking like it's good for those days, especially the weather conditions. Thursday, Friday, as the sun's coming up, we're at a slack tide, folks, so keep that in mind. Saturday, you're at the very end of the falling tide, which is a good thing. Get out there early in the morning, beat the sunrise, and get out there and fish the very end of that flow. Also, if you're an early morning fisherman, you want to hit that jetty, you've got a little bit of time. And then, of course, Sunday, you will be probably around here, which is the second 2/3 of the tide going out. So, once you get out, get those baits in the water in front of your inlets and try and fish that water flow area, especially if you are a wahoo guy. That wahoo love water flow. I mean, all your pelagics do. They really need it, and that's what turns on the bite. And if you're fishing the reef, yellowtail fishermen, and all that stuff, the hope is that there is current being produced by these tides. Sometimes there's no current, and again, folks, I want to tell you, if you're fishing for those snappers, you need current because the snapper bite is hot, right? If you've got no current, the snapper aren't going to feed, especially the yellowtail and the muttons. Muttons love a north current, so do yellowtail. If you're anchored up trying to chum, you've got to have current, otherwise you're not going to draw those fish in to your chum line and be able to snag them. All right, folks, so that about does it for everything. Before we sign off, I just want to remind you, a little bit of a shameless plug right here, that the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Apparel is available through WindRider, our sponsor. All right, here we go. You can get these shirts. You can get hoodies with gators built in. They're very nice shirts. They've got the South Florida Saltwater Fishing logo on them. They're great shirts. They're UPF 50. They're pretty much, they're hard to stain. So if you get blood all over them, they wash out real easily. The fabric's breathable. It's quick drying, all that goodness, right? So that is, they come in you don't have to get them with hoods. You can get them without hoods. You can get them without the gator. You can get the logo on the front, the back. They're pretty much customizable. So if you are looking for one of these UPF 50 shirts and you're in the market for it and you want to spend some money on it and, look good and support the brand, feel free to do so. I greatly appreciate it. All right. And before we sign off, folks, I just want to invite everybody. If you have Facebook, join the link, catch you next time. Hey, it's all good, man. At least you showed up. All right. Can you post the link for the shirt? Yes, can I post the link for the shirt? The link for the shirt is in the description right when you first bring it up here. Let me show you right here before I do anything. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'll show you exactly where it is. Hold on. Let me go over this. That way you can find it. So let's see. I will bring this up real quick. So if you're on the YouTube channel, right, and you go here, let's say you click on this video. So if you're on the YouTube channel, down into the description, and you go here, let's say you click on this video. So if you're on the YouTube channel, down into the description, and you go here, let's say you click on this video. That is the link. So if you're on the YouTube channel, down into the description, and you go here, let's say you click on this video. That is the link. So if you're on, again, I'm getting ready to sign off, folks. If you're part of Facebook, and you are looking for some great weekly information on what's biting and, not a bunch of BS, join the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. It is directly linked to this weekly show. Yes, to join, you just answer a few simple questions. One is, what's your favorite fish? And the other one is, do you agree to the rules? Rules are simple. No selling stuff. No, you can be silly. Don't post your YouTube videos on here. You're really not going to get any attention. And it's really here to just say, hey, this is what I caught. This is where it's biting. Any intel you got is great. Every Monday we post a little thing, and if you post a photo either here or on the weekly, day before, giving you a heads up that we're having a show tonight, you post it, it will be featured. And also with your feature, there's always the chance that your specific picture will end up as the photo, the thumbnail on the YouTube video. Happens every week. That's just what I've started doing because it's better than seeing me, my face, right here. All right. So again, folks, join the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report if you're on Facebook. And if you have not done it, I urge you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which you are watching, South Florida Saltwater Fishing. Tons of info, very selfless fishing page. Go over. You're not watching me fish, me catch fish. I mean, I do catch fish, obviously, but the intent is to show you exactly how it is done, from the knots to the hooks to the thing, what you got to do, control, and all sorts of other goodies. Check out the channel and enjoy. All right, folks, that about does it for this episode. Hope to see you next Tuesday. Till then, South Florida Saltwater Fishing, going wherever the cool wind takes.